Moving on. This is a different type of topic that I'm going to take a sip of water for because this is, how can I word it? This is something very, very scary that can fuck up this. It's very scary. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys, it's Brandon, Brenda Sorsby. Brandon Sorsby, a 22-year-old quarterback who was a standout college player at Cincinnati, is currently facing a total professional roadblock from the 2026 season due to significant sports gambling scandal. So let me break it down. The gambling scandal. Sorsby's career trajectory shifted drastically in early 2026. Admission: Sorsby admitted to placing thousands of bets totaling nearly $90,000 over his college career. This included at least 40 wagers on Indiana football, his own team at the time, during his freshman season in 2022. The NCAA ruling: he was ruled permanently ineligible by the NCCAA for these violations, rehab, and legal battles. In 2026, or in April 2026, he checked into a residential treatment program for a diagnosis of gambling addiction. Later, he sued the NCAA and successfully gained a temporary court order reinstatement, which led to significant backlash when he initially planned to play for Texas Tech. His current stats right now, or status for 2026, following his departure from Texas Tech, Sorsby attempted to pivot to professional football, but his options has been systematically closed. The NFL, after he applied for the NFL draft, supplementary draft, the league informed them that they would not be holding one this year. The NFL advised him to focus on preparing for the regular 2027 draft. The CFL, the Canadian Football League, has explicitly banned its teams from signing Sorsby or adding him to their negotiation list, citing a desire to uphold league integrity. His background in college: before the controversy, Sorsby had established himself as an illegitimate NFL prospect. He began at Indiana in 2022-2023 before transferring to Cincinnati for the 2024-25 season, where he developed into a productive dual-threat quarterback. His performance in 2025, he was a semifinalist for the Davy O'Brien Award and tied a Cincinnati school record with 36 total touchdowns in a season. Scouting report profile: at 6'3" and approximately 235 pounds, he was widely regarded for his arm strength, pro style, and physical profile, and ability to create plays with his legs. Scouts noted both his elite arm talent and his obstacle struggles with decision making and inconsistent or against top tier defenses. So here's what I'm going to say, because this is what I've heard. From his time in 2022 to 2026, so 4 years. His time in college for over the 4 years, he's placed over 9,000 bets. I will repeat that again. Over his 3 to 4 years in college, he has placed over 9,000 bets, you guys. So just to summarize what I just read, essentially for the people, long story short, what he was doing was he was betting on games that either he played or teams against him or just other games. He was betting on them to either win or whatever, etc. But he was betting on games similar to something that Pete Rose did. That's what essentially this gentleman was doing. And he's apparently betted over collectively over $90,000. So essentially probably doing bets like $5 where Lamar Jackson's gonna score a touchdown or Derrick Henry's gonna get a touchdown or some shit like that. Probably. Here's my thoughts on this. I don't think he should go to the NFL. I think this is something that you cannot do. I'm sorry, but you cannot be gambling this much. This is an addiction. Literally, this is an addiction, my people, that this gentleman has. For you to be doing stuff like this, it's insane. You gotta have a bad addiction. All right, my apologies, you guys. I had to take a quick second um situation. But continuing on this topic, I'm gonna say this right now. Um, I don't think he should get any playing time anywhere. I think this is something that he needs to take a pause off of sports and he's to focus on this gambling situation. Here's why. I'm glad that the NFL did that. You know why? Because I'm one of those people that if Pete Rose got the consequences where he was one of the great or he was the greatest hitter, putting the bat to the ball of all time, and he didn't make the Hall of Fame because of this gambling, this gentleman right here shouldn't make it. Listen, for the people that say, oh, he's a good player, he would be good for like the Jets or a team that needs a quarterback like the Steelers or some shit. Listen, we're talking about a gambling addiction. That's why I said this is something that fucks up right here. When you get addicted, when you get addicted to winning and winning and winning, especially making thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars every time from gambling something so easily of just one or two clicks of a button, that is extremely dangerous. This is a situation where this kid can go bankrupt because of all the money he's making from the NCAA from college. The fact that he's putting it into betting, that's very dangerous, you guys. This is not the pathway he should be going under. And it's like, I'm glad the NFL did that, like I said earlier, because this is an addiction. It's going to be hard to get him to stop doing that. You know how many times is 9,000 people? 9,000 times gambling? That is horrible. That is extremely, extremely addicting. Way too much. That's extremely too much. 100 is a lot. 9,000? That is way too much time. And $90,000? He could have put that $90,000 into something else that would have earned him maybe triple the amount back into that, especially with his name in college where he's known. It's an addiction, you guys. And it's like if he had went to the NFL and played with the NFL, he was going to continue and it was going to be something that was going to escalate to something even worse. Now, I am surprised that the judges gave him an opportunity to play because it's like, this is not right. This kills the integrity of the game. How are you going to let this kid play? Like, how are you going to give him the green light to go back and play for Texas Tech? That's stupid. This is an addiction that needs to be cured. Now, granted, I will say the problem also has been is that a lot of these companies and a lot of these humongous companies that are worth billions and trillions of dollars promote this gambling stuff. Almost every sport in the league, every sports league now promotes gambling. If it's Prize Picks, Underdog, we do it, but I always say bet responsibly at the end. But a lot of these big league companies promote it. But the thing is that there's a lot of people that get that dopamine of when they see a green, they get addicted to it. They want to keep going and keep going and keep winning green. And when they hit red, they want to keep trying to get green again. And it's just a constant circle of spending. That's not going to help them at all. It's not beneficial at all. I think he should just continue going in, getting help, because this is dangerous. Really is. Now, speaking about